It was a commemoration of the additional class. In the late spring of 2024, the Chandra X-ray telescope celebrated its 25th anniversary. What's more, NASA released 25 of the most amazing pictures ever taken by this telescope. Chandra is certainly one of the most remarkable telescopes we humans have placed directly in space. The X-ray telescope captures far-off worlds, infinite nebulae, and the remnants of massive supernova explosions. Let us venture together through the captivating surge of this universe of pictures. What Chandra has given us in 25 years of work is truly extraordinary. All of the pictures show us the richness of the universe in wonder, never seen before. ARP 220. We start this beautiful journey through the universe with one of the brightest galaxies we know, ARP 220. It is an ultraluminous infrared galaxy, formed by the collision of two galaxies. The collision triggered intense star formation. The two galaxies continued to grow during their vast marriage. This impact also released an enormous amount of gas and dust that blocks the galaxy's light. Despite the obscured view, scientists were able to detect over 200 giant star clusters in ARP 220, whose environment is characterized by extreme conditions. This galaxy is also one of the strongest radio sources in the sky, offering astronomers insights into the development and behavior of galactic centers during collisions. Pillars of creation. The Chandra X-ray Observatory's mission began in 1999, and the Pillars of Creation were among the first images. This iconic structure in the Eagle Nebula was first seen by the Hubble Space Telescope. The column-shaped formations consist of dense, cold clouds of gas and dust where an incredible number of new stars are formed. The shapes of the pillars owe their form to the UV light from the hot young stars, which evaporates the surrounding gas. The light emitted shows the dynamic processes of star formation. NGC 3532. The open star cluster NGC 3532, also called the wishbone or football cluster, is about 1,300 light-years away in the Carina constellation. It is a young star cluster, around 300 million years old, containing many bright blue and yellow stars. This cluster is particularly famous among amateur astronomers since it's visible to the naked eye with relatively simple telescopes. NGC 3532 was also the first object photographed by the Hubble Space Telescope after its launch in 1990. NGC 6872. Let's venture further to the constellation of the Peacock, where we find one of the largest known galaxies, NGC 6872. With a diameter of more than 500,000 light-years. Not only is it astonishingly large, but it is also unusually shaped. The galaxy is bent, most likely due to interactions with the nearby companion galaxy, IC 4970. The gravitational forces acting on the two galaxies' approach have stretched and warped the spiral arms of NGC 6872. NGC 1850. NGC 1850 is an exceptional globular cluster in the Large Magellanic Cloud, which is a satellite galaxy of our Milky Way. The cluster is located about 160,000 light-years from the outer regions of the Milky Way. What's unusual about this cluster is that it contains young stars, which is rare for globular clusters. Astronomers suspect the cluster formed during a large burst of star formation. Crab Nebula. The Crab Nebula is the remnant of a supernova explosion observed by Chinese astronomers in 1050. Situated in the constellation Taurus, the cloud consists of a complex structure of gas and dust, and it is still expanding at about 1,500 kilometers per second. At the center of the cloud lies the Crab Pulsar, a neutron star that rotates incredibly fast and emits high-energy radiation. The Crab Nebula is a key source for research on pulsars and the physics of supernova remnants. MSH 15-52. MSH 15-52 is also a supernova remnant, but this time in the Norma constellation. At the center of the cloud is a high-energy pulsar known as PSRB 509D58, one of the strongest X-ray sources in the sky. Supernova remnants and pulsars are truly treasures for researchers. EL 2125. Moving on, we head to the constellation Ursa Major, where AEL 2125, a massive galaxy cluster about 3 billion light-years away, resides. The cluster contains many galaxies in a particularly dense intergalactic environment. Only Chandra, with its unique X-ray technology, can penetrate this thick environment to reveal the galaxy cluster in all its splendor. The cluster is an important observation site for astrophysicists because many galaxy collisions occur here, continuously altering the structure of the cluster. Virgo cluster. Galaxy clusters are among the most impressive structures in the universe. They bring together hundreds to thousands of galaxies in a grand cosmic dance. The Virgo cluster is the closest large galaxy cluster to the Milky Way and is located in the constellation Virgo. It contains about 1,300 to 2,000 galaxies, including a large number of bright elliptical and spiral galaxies. The Virgo cluster also influences the development of galaxies in our region through its gravitational pull and plays an important role in studies of mass distribution in the known universe. NGC 3324, NGC 3324, also known as the Gabriela Mistral cloud, is an emission nebula in the Carina constellation. The cloud is shaped by radiation from hot, young stars and is illuminated in a stunning way. This star-forming region, with its intense activity, displays a profile that resembles both human and feminine features, giving it its name. NGC 3324 is of special interest to astronomers because it shows stars at various stages of development. Snake Nebula. The Snake Nebula, located in the constellation Ophiuchus, is a dark cloud of dense gas and dust that obscures the light from the stars behind it. It has a distinctive shape, resembling a snake. It contains several young protostars, which are in the very early stages of development. This dark nebula is an excellent example of how gravity and gas density come together to kickstart the processes of star formation. SN 1987A. SN 1987A is the closest and brightest supernova explosion of modern times, discovered in the Large Magellanic Cloud in 1987. This event marked the first time that scientists had observed a supernova in detail at all stages. The development of SN 1987A will continue for thousands of years. This supernova also led to the discovery of neutrinos being released during the explosion. These ghostly particles are found throughout the universe and are considered cosmic messengers, able to pass through matter with ease. WR24. WR24 is a Wolf-Rayet star in the constellation Sagitta, about 15,000 light-years away. These stars are among the hottest and most massive in the universe and lose mass rapidly due to intense stellar winds. WR24 is surrounded by a gas cloud called M1-67, formed by the extreme stellar winds. WR24 is particularly fascinating because it will likely explode as a supernova at a later stage. G2.50.9 G21.59. This is a supernova remnant located in the constellation Scorpius and is particularly bright in the X-ray spectrum. For Chandra, this object was an extraordinary treat, providing details from another supernova. At the center of this remnant, scientists discovered a neutron star emitting high-energy particles and surrounded by a shell of charged gas. Center of the Milky Way. The center of the Milky Way is about 26,000 light-years from Earth and is a highly dynamic region. The true center is a supermassive black hole called Sagittarius A star. Compared to other galactic centers, the black hole at our center remains relatively quiet, consuming matter slowly. This calm behavior helps provide a stable structure for our home galaxy. Studying this center helps astronomers understand how black holes and galactic cores function and interact. HB5. HB5 is another brilliant nebula in the constellation Aquila, known for its complex structure and radiant blue and green colors. These colors are produced by ionized oxygen and nitrogen gases. At the center of the cloud is a dying star, which is shedding its outer layers. Through images of HB5, we gain significant information about the final stages of Sun-like star development. NGC 7469. NGC 7469 is a dynamic spiral galaxy about 200 million light-years away in the Pegasus constellation. Its bright center appears pink in Chandra's images, with a yellowish center. At the heart of NGC 7469 is a brilliant quasar. These supermassive black holes are surrounded by hot gas, which glows brightly in X-ray images. NGC 1365. NGC 1365 is an impressive barred spiral galaxy located about 56 million light-years away in the Fornax constellation. Known for its prominent bar structure that stretches across the center, Chandra images have revealed numerous star formation regions in NGC 1365. The galaxy also contains a supermassive black hole at its center. Orion Nebula, M42. Anyone who loves astronomy is familiar with the Orion Nebula, also known as M42. Seen from our perspective, it is the brightest and most famous emission nebula, located about 1,344 light-years away in the Orion constellation. The nebula is an immense star-forming region, home to many young stars, protostars, and gas clouds. For researchers, this giant stellar nursery provides an ideal lab for studying the processes that lead to the formation of new stars and planetary systems.